First Contact and Ultimatum. Captain Maya Chen stood on the observation deck of the TDF Resilient, watching the stars through the reinforced viewport. 20 years in the Terran Defense Fleet had taught her patience, but today tested that virtue. The fleet maintained position just beyond Earth's moon, waiting in formation that appeared impressive but conventional to outside observers. "Captain, we've got movement at the edge of the system," Lieutenant Dawson reported, his voice steady despite the tension. "The Sylvan vessels are approaching as expected." "Time to first contact?" Maya asked, turning away from the viewport. "Approximately 40 minutes, Captain." Maya nodded and straightened her uniform. Humanity's first official contact with an advanced alien civilization was about to happen, though not exactly as the public believed. For 3 decades, Earth had detected and monitored transmissions from multiple interstellar civilizations, learning their languages and technologies while remaining undetected. The official story maintained that Earth had only recently discovered the existence of the Sylvan Concordat through random transmissions. This fiction had been carefully maintained. "All ships report ready status," Commander Ortiz announced from his station. "Defense platforms are in standby mode, appearing as standard orbital infrastructure." Maya allowed herself a small smile. "Perfect. Let's welcome our visitors properly." The Sylvan ships emerged from their faster-than-light travel in a display of light that was undeniably meant to impress. 7 vessels of varying sizes arranged themselves in a ceremonial formation that Maya recognized from intercepted transmissions as one used to greet developing species. The largest ship, nearly 2 kilometers in length, positioned itself at the center of their formation. "They're hailing us, Captain," Communications Officer Lin reported. "Put it through to the main display." The holographic screen materialized, revealing a humanoid figure with silvery skin and elongated features. Ambassador Thela of the Sylvan Concordat wore an elaborate outfit that shimmered with materials unknown to Earth, or so the Sylvans believed. "Greetings, people of Earth," Thela spoke in perfect English, a result of their study of Earth's broadcasts. "We bring tidings of peace and prosperity from the Sylvan Concordat, the governing council of civilized species in this sector of the galaxy." Maya stepped forward, offering the formal bow that Earth's diplomatic corps had decided upon after studying Sylvan customs. "Ambassador Thela, on behalf of Earth and humanity, we welcome you to our system. I am Captain Maya Chen of the Terran Defense Fleet." The exchange of pleasantries continued for several minutes, with Thela explaining the Concordat's mission of guiding younger species into the galactic community. Maya played her role perfectly, showing appropriate awe while maintaining the dignity expected of her position. "We would be honored if your leadership would join us aboard our vessel for a formal introduction to the Concordat's protocols," Thela suggested, their expression benevolent but calculating. "Our Secretary General would be delighted," Maya responded. "We'll prepare a delegation immediately." After the transmission ended, Maya's demeanor changed instantly. "Send the signal to Geneva. The Sylvans are following the exact script intelligence predicted." Within hours, Earth's delegation, led by Secretary General Quamosi and accompanied by Maya, boarded the Sylvan flagship. The interior was designed to overwhelm visitors with its grandeur, soaring ceilings, materials that seemed to defy physics, and technology displayed prominently but strategically. Thela led them through corridors lined with representatives from various species, all watching the humans with expressions ranging from curiosity to thinly veiled contempt. The message was clear: humans were the newcomers, the primitives being granted a great honor. The diplomatic reception continued for several hours. Earth's delegates asked carefully crafted questions about galactic governance, trade, and cultural exchange. The Sylvans provided answers that appeared generous but contained carefully worded ambiguities that Maya noted for later analysis. It was during the formal dinner that Ambassador Thela finally revealed the true purpose of their visit. "As new members of our community," Thela announced, raising a glass of luminescent liquid, "Earth must naturally contribute to the collective security and prosperity of the Concordat." Secretary General Osei smiled politely. Of course, Ambassador. We understand the importance of cooperation. Excellent. Thela continued. The Concordat requires a security contribution of resources from your world. Nothing too demanding. Merely 5,000 tons of rare earth elements, 200 tons of platinum group metals, and 50 kilograms of antimatter. Maya watched as the Earth delegation maintained their composure despite the outrageous demands. The amount of antimatter alone would deplete Earth's entire production capacity for years. Additionally, Thela added, the Concordat will provide approved designs for your defensive capabilities. Your current military vessels, they gestured dismissively toward the Terran fleet visible through a viewport, will need to be decommissioned and replaced with appropriate technology for your development level. And if we find these terms challenging? Osei asked, his voice calm. Thela's expression hardened slightly. The galaxy can be dangerous for unprotected systems, space pirates, resource raiders. The Concordat's protection is valuable. Those who decline our guidance often face unfortunate incidents. The threat was unmistakable. Upon returning to Earth, an emergency meeting of the Global Defense Council convened beneath Geneva. Maya presented her observations while Intelligence Director Farid Shah shared what their hidden monitoring systems had captured. The Sylvans have done this before, Shah explained, displaying a holographic map of nearby star systems. We've intercepted communications about at least 23 other worlds currently paying security contributions to the Concordat. And those who refuse? Asked the representative from the African Union. Shah's expression darkened. They suffer attacks from pirates who mysteriously use Concordat weapon signatures and tactics. Several civilizations have been bombed back to pre-industrial states as examples. Secretary General Osei stood, addressing the assembly. Then we have our answer. We've prepared for this possibility for decades. Admiral Kagawa, what's the status of Project Aegis? Admiral Yuki Kagawa, head of Earth's hidden technological programs, stepped forward. Fully operational, sir. Our quantum mesh network can be activated within 6 hours. The fleet's true capabilities remain completely masked from Concordat scans. Maya recognized the significance of this statement. While the Sylvans saw Earth's conventional vessels with limited weapons technology, they remained blind to the microscopic quantum network surrounding Earth. Billions of nanomechanes capable of forming an impenetrable shield and deploying weapons that could target any ship in the system with pinpoint accuracy. Director Shah, Osei continued, have we cracked their encryption? Shah nodded. Completely. Their quantum security is approximately 40 years behind our current standards. We're reading everything. Tactical plans, fleet movements, and their communications with the rest of the Concordat. Good. Osei turned to the council. Here's what we'll do. We request 2 weeks to gather their demanded resources. Meanwhile, we'll let them think we're complying while monitoring their every move. And when the deadline arrives? Asked Maya. Osei's expression turned resolute. We show them exactly how much they've underestimated humanity. Over the next 10 days, the Sylvan vessels maintained position near Earth's orbit, occasionally sending smaller craft to monitor the planet's activities. They watched as humans appeared to scramble to collect the demanded resources, never suspecting that Earth's apparent compliance was merely a facade. From her command station aboard the Resilient, Maya reviewed the latest intelligence. They're bringing in reinforcements, she noted, examining the quantum sensor data that showed additional Concordat vessels entering the outer system, invisible to conventional detection methods. 17 warships now positioned near Jupiter, Commander Ortiz confirmed. They're clearly preparing for resistance they don't expect us to be capable of mounting. Maya nodded, sending the update to Global Command. The Sylvans thought they were dealing with a technologically limited species that had barely mastered interplanetary travel. Their arrogance would be their undoing. As the deadline for tribute approached, Earth continued its charade of desperate compliance, even as Project Aegis silently mapped every weakness in the Concordat vessels. The trap was set. but not the one the Sylvans thought they were creating. Humanity's response. The day of the tribute deadline dawned with an atmosphere of tense anticipation throughout Earth's command centers. In orbiting stations and underground bunkers, military personnel and civilian leadership prepared for what would likely become humanity's defining moment in galactic history. Captain Maya Chen stood on the bridge of the TDF Resilient, watching the main view screen as the Concordat delegation approached Earth's orbital station. The Sylvans had arranged for the tribute transfer to be broadcast throughout Earth's information networks, clearly intending the public spectacle to cement humanity's subservient position. All systems nominal, Captain. Lieutenant Dawson reported. Project Aegis awaits activation code. Maya nodded, maintaining her outward calm while checking the chronometer. 3 minutes until the scheduled meeting. On the central orbital platform, Secretary General Osei stood before storage containers allegedly holding the first installment of Earth's tribute. Flanking him were representatives from Earth's major nations, all maintaining expressions of appropriate humility. Ambassador Thela arrived with an entourage of Concordat officials, their bearing imperious as they inspected the human delegation. Secretary General. Thela greeted with a thin smile. I see you've prepared the initial payment as required. The Concordat appreciates your wisdom in complying with our reasonable requests. Osei bowed slightly. The people of Earth understand the importance of galactic cooperation. Ambassador. Excellent. Once our inspection confirms the quality and quantity of these resources, we'll provide you with approved specifications for your defensive capabilities. Thela gestured, and her subordinates moved forward to examine the containers. A Sylvan technician opened the first container, scanning its contents. His expression shifted to confusion. Ambassador, this container it contains common iron ore, not the platinum group metal specified. Thela's expression hardened. What is the meaning of this, Secretary General? Osei's demeanor changed instantly, the mask of subservience falling away. Ambassador Thela, on behalf of Earth and humanity, I'm presenting our counter-proposal. Counter-proposal. Thela's voice rose in disbelief. There is no negotiation here. You will provide what the Concordat demands. Or what? Osei interrupted. Your hidden fleet will attack us. The 17 warships currently positioned near Jupiter, or perhaps the 12 others approaching from the outer system. Shock registered on Thela's face. You cannot possibly know about them. Osei finished. Just as we cannot possibly have broken your quantum encryption or mapped the shield frequencies of your vessels. Throughout the solar system, Project Aegis activated. Billions of nanomechans, previously undetectable to Concordat scanners, formed into visible patterns around every Sylvan ship. On bridges across the Concordat fleet, alarms sounded as their sensors suddenly detected advanced technology surrounding them. Maya watched from the Resilient as the quantum mesh network revealed itself, its capabilities no longer hidden. Targeting solutions acquired for all Concordat vessels, reported Tactical Officer Rivera. Shield penetration points identified. On the orbital platform, Osei continued, his voice now broadcasting not just to Earth, but to every ship in the system. The tribute system ends today, Ambassador. Not just for Earth, but for all worlds under your so-called protection. A holographic display materialized between them, showing the positions of every Concordat ship in the system, along with tactical data the Sylvans had believed secure. Another display showed recorded communications between Concordat leaders discussing the exploitation of primitive species and the use of manufactured pirate attacks to force compliance. This evidence has already been transmitted to every world in your network, Maya announced, joining the conversation from the Resilient. Your extortion scheme is exposed. Thela's composure crumbled. This is impossible. Your technology is not what you thought. Osei finished. For decades, we've maintained the appearance of limited technological development while advancing our capabilities far beyond what you believed possible. Throughout the system, Earth's true fleet emerged from hidden positions, their advanced designs a stark contrast to the conventional vessels the Sylvans had observed. The ships deployed quantum-linked weapon systems that could penetrate Concordat shields at their precise resonance frequencies. Admiral Kagawa, Osei called. "A demonstration, please." From Earth's main defense platform, a precisely calibrated energy pulse launched toward the largest Concordat warship near Jupiter. The beam passed effortlessly through the vessel's shields, stopping just millimeters from its hull before dissipating. That shot, Maya explained to the stunned Concordat officials, passed through your admiral's flagship shields by exploiting the 3.7-second frequency modulation in your defense systems, a vulnerability you believed undetectable. On screens throughout the system, Concordat officers watched in horror as targeting markers appeared on critical systems of their vessels. Engines, weapon controls, life support. Earth's quantum network had mapped every weakness. "Here are our terms," Secretary General Osei stated firmly. "The Concordat will immediately cease all protection demands from every world in your network. Reparations will be paid to civilizations you've exploited or attacked. A new council will be formed where all species have equal representation, regardless of technological development." Thela seemed unable to process the complete reversal of power. "You cannot dictate terms to the Concordat. We've existed for millennia before your species even left its planet." "Yet here we are," Maya responded. "Your ships surrounded, your secrets exposed, your power broken. You have 1 hour to accept our terms, or we will demonstrate precisely how outmatched your forces are." Throughout the galaxy, the effects were immediate and far-reaching. As evidence of the Concordat's exploitation spread, world after world ceased their tribute payments. Several systems that had suffered under Concordat rule for generations seized control of local Concordat outposts. In the Resilience Communication Center, reports flooded in from across the galaxy. The Arcosian Republic, a species that had been paying tribute for over 2 centuries, had already declared independence. The Vega Collective, longtime victims of pirate attacks, had revealed their own hidden defenses and captured 3 Concordat ships. 3 days after Earth's stand against the Concordat, representatives from 27 formerly subjugated worlds requested diplomatic channels with humanity. The message was clear. Earth's resistance had ignited hope throughout the galaxy. Ambassador Thela, now stripped of authority and serving as a mere messenger for what remained of Concordat leadership, returned to the orbital platform with their answer. The once proud diplomat appeared diminished as they faced Secretary General Osei and Captain Chen. "The Concordat," Thela began, then corrected themselves. "The former Concordat leadership accepts your terms. We will cease all tributary demands and submit to the proposed Galactic Oversight Committee." "A wise decision," Osei replied. "The committee will convene within 30 days to begin addressing reparations." As Thela departed, Maya turned to Osei. "They'd never imagined we could stand against them." "That was their fundamental mistake," Osei replied. "They assumed technological advancement required their guidance. They couldn't conceive of a species developing in ways they hadn't." 1 month later, representatives from over 50 star systems gathered at Earth's new diplomatic station in orbit. Species that had never before interacted directly now sat together, united by their shared experience under Concordat rule and their hope for something better. Maya, now Admiral Chen after her promotion, watched the proceedings with pride. "We've changed the course of galactic history," she remarked to Intelligence Director Shaw, who stood beside her. "Indeed," Shaw agreed, "though I wonder if the Concordat's fall was inevitable. Power maintained through fear and extortion cannot last forever." "Perhaps," Maya conceded, "but sometimes all that's needed is for one world to stand up and say no more." As the new Galactic Cooperative took its first steps, humanity found itself in an unexpected role. Not just newcomers to the interstellar community, but leaders in creating a more just galactic order. The message had spread across the stars. Underestimate humanity at your peril. Throughout the galaxy, Civilizations that had lived for generations under Concordat oppression looked to Earth with hope and gratitude. The species that the Concordat had dismissed as primitive had become the catalyst for freedom. The age of extortion had ended. Something better was beginning.